Hi friends, this is Blaze Shadowthorn. I'm coming back at you with another Wi-Fi battle for you guys. This is the Wi-Fi battle I had against Andy. I got a lot of battles against Andy. He came into my last stream, and pretty much no one wanted to battle my last stream except like 2 guys, and they just wanted to watch battles because I had a lot of people come in my last stream because a guy shouted me out, which shout out to that guy. I think his name's like Polycrasher. Anyways, I know his Twitch channel link, so I'll link it down in the description below. So definitely thanks to that guy. But seriously, like, nobody wanted to battle that thing except for 2 people, so I got a lot of battles against him. They were all pretty good battles too. So anyways, looking at his team, definitely big threats in the form of Keldeo and Talonflame and Excadrill, kind of like a mixed sand team. Looking over at my team, I really like this team I made. It has Jawn Origins on it. Let me tell you a little bit about Jawn Origins. It is secure and black, and it does massive work. But we will show you ourselves in the battle. So anyways, I'm gonna lead off with my Snorlax because Snorlax is just a fat Pokemon. It is, just look at this thing. Just look at this thing. He's just gonna U-turn off. It's like, it's like a tickle in the belly because that was a critical hit. That's why I did so much. But it was a tickle in the belly. You literally just rammed his head in his belly, and he's just like, but anyways, he's just gonna body slam this Keldeo. This poor pony is gonna get paralyzed because it's like, oh god, my legs got crushed from the fat of the Snorlax because this Snorlax is just so fat and I can't do anything. But I'm gonna switch out, fearing the Sacred Sword gonna go into my Gengar, which was a bit of an aggressive play, but it does pan out as he does go for the Sacred Sword, and he's gonna switch, not knowing what I have, and he's gonna go out into Tweakers, the Dragalge, and I'm gonna hit it up with a Shadow Ball. I am Timid Scarf, so I do not have as much power as I would like to, but I have to switch. I'm gonna switch out into my Snorlax as this thing decides to set up a layer of, nope, it goes for a Dragon Pulse because stab, adaptability, all that fun stuff. But I'ma just yeet it up. Because let me tell you a little bit about my Snorlax. It's fat. Oh no, I don't know what else to say, but it's just fat. It's just too fat. It is too fat. So anyways, he's gonna go out to his Rotom Wash again because he's thinking like Rotom Wash is kind of fat as well. And nah, it's just gonna get bodied. But unfortunately, with the new 6th gen mechanics, I can't paralyze it because electric types cannot get paralyzed no matter what. Not even with Glare, not even with Body Slam. It's just not gonna happen. So anyways, something has to take a Will-O-Wisp. I'm thinking, so bad. What better than Miss Sinister to take a Will-O-Wisp? But he misses. The miss didn't really matter in the long run because I'm not sashed. I'm scarfed, so he's just gonna go out into Talonflame. Actually, probably predicting my me to predict to switch out into his Tweaker, which is what he did the last time. So he decided to switch it up, which is kudos to him. Unfortunately for him, it didn't pan out. I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna go out to my Rotom Wash because Rotom Wash is the best counter to this Talonflame. As he makes an excellent play, he's gonna U-turn off, predicting that. So that was definitely a top keck play. So what he's gonna go out and do Keldeo, which I do not agree with that play because he is paralyzed. Which he just realizes this now. He's gonna switch. He's gonna go out into Tweaker to take the Volt Switch, which I would have went out into Tweaker originally, but in the end, it only cost him like a free Dragon Pulse off of something, which, anyways, I'm a Volt Switch. That literally did no damage whatsoever. I believe I go right back out into my fat thing, the Snorlax, so even if he did go for a Dragon Pulse, it would have done, like, minimum damage anyways, because you saw how much that last Dragon Pulse did. It would have done no damage, so really in the long run, that little misplay didn't cost him too much. But anyways, he decides to up it, go for the Sludge Wave, and that does a little bit more. But Snorlax, he's like, I'm so fat. I'm just yawn because But anyways, he gets all tired. He makes the Dragalge tired, and he's forced to switch out because he doesn't want to put his Dragalge to sleep. He's going to switch out into his Excadrill. I see this Excadrill as Mold Breaker, which is good information to know, because I wasn't entirely sure if it was going to be Sand Rusher, not because he does have that T-Tar, which, would make kind of a little bit of sense because, Sandstorm team, it's Excadrill. But no, he's Mold Breaker, which is very good information to know. I'm going to switch now because obviously, I don't want to take an Iron Head, I don't want to take an Earthquake, but Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn can take both of those hits very nicely. He opts to go for an EQ, which I am perfectly okay with because I'm able to eat it up because Ferrothorn is incredibly bulky and it just never wants to die. So anyways, he knows this, he's gonna switch, but the way he's playing it, I'm thinking it might be Scarfed. So I make a little bit of a misplay here. I go for Rocks. What I should have done was I should have went for a Leech Seed, predicting the Talonflame to come in because Rocks was painfully obvious, and I would have been able to Leech Seed that Talonflame and then sap the remaining of his HP. But right here, I do make a really ballsy play, and I do predict the Talonflame to go for the Roost, and I'm gonna knock off. And unfortunately for me, I knock off his Choice Band. And he went for the Choice Banded Roost. So I have to give props to this guy. This guy was mad real going for the Choice Banded Roost. Choice Banded Roost. And unfortunately for me here, I'm forced to sack off my Ferrothorn and I know the recoil at the point. The recoil, the Rocky Helmet, the Iron Barbs, and all that will be enough to knock out this Talonflame, and it is. So crisis averted. The big bird itself goes down quite literally in a blaze of glory. However, he is able to bring in the Excadrill on the double down. I'm gonna bring in my Gengar because I really fear nothing at this point in time. Mold Breaker happens. I know he's either gonna eat. I wasn't sure if he wanted EQ or Iron Head at this point in time, so I do go straight away for the Shadow Ball. What I probably should have done was I probably should have went for the Destiny Bond, but I really thought a Shadow Ball would knock him out at the range of HP that he was at, but he doesn't. He ends up scoring a crit. Crit didn't matter whatsoever because even without a crit I would have died. But I can go now out into Jawn Oranges. And Jawn Origins, the shiny, Kalos Born, actually Hoenn Born, Karam Black is just gonna wreck some shit up. He's gonna go out into his Rotom. I predict this. I was real, and I went for the Choice Banded Free Shock. Choice Banded Free Shock. And I just decimate this poor Rotom Wash. The Rotom Wash was so dead. I felt sorry for that Rotom Wash. But hey, that's what happens when you're real, ladies and gentlemen. You get to bop something with a Choice Bonded Free Shock. But anyways, that's enough. I'm locked into Choice Free Shock. I don't want to lose Cure. I don't want to lose Jawn Origins because he's too much of a threat. So I'm gonna go for go onto my Snorlax, fodder that fat thing off because it did a lot of work already. I'm happy with it. And I see he locked himself out into Iron Head, which is great for me because now I can go out into my Rotom, be real, Volt Switch off on the ground type because obviously he was not gonna stay in here. He had no reason to Iron Head a Rotom, no reason to. So I am able to predict correctly. I'm able to get some switch initiative, Volt Switch out on that Dragalge. Bring back in Jawn Origins, and just proceed to go for the Choice Banded Outrage. And pretty much nothing can take a Choice Banded Outrage. Pretty much everything dies to a Choice Banded Outrage. He's gonna go back out into his Excadrill. Looking at the range of HP I was at, I was like, maybe Stealth Rocks will be able to knock it out, but nah, it lives. The lore of everything lives, and he's gonna Iron Head me. Will it be able to knock me out? No. Will it flinch me? No. Jawn Origins, he's like, nah. I'm like, nah. He's just like, nah, brah, nah. I don't get flinched. I don't die to no Excadrill. I am power. So he's gonna go out into his Keldeo, pretty much his death fodder. His only hope right here is that I hit myself in Confusion. So he is going to fodder off his Keldeo, which was a good play because it was paralyzed. He couldn't really do anything anymore. And I do fortunately get the 3-turn outrage, but it really didn't matter in the long run. So anyways, he's gonna go out into Reptor, the T-Tar. And a nice shiny T-Tar. And unfortunately for me, I am going to hit myself in Confusion because Jawn Origins, he caused so much destruction, so much pain, so much everything. He was just like, nah, I can't do this. I gotta take a break. But anyways, he's gonna Mega Evolve and do Mega T-Tar, which Mega T-Tar is pretty awesome. And unfortunately for me, Kieran Black, Jawn Origins, he's gonna hit himself in confusion. He's just gonna die. He's just gonna die right here. And the T-Tar Dragon dances, and I'm like, oh shit! I have Rotom. All right, listen to me, Rotom. Listen up. You gotta hit your Hydro Pump. You gotta kill. Can you do that for me? And you gotta live this +1 crunch. Live the +1 crunch. Go for the Will-O-Wisp, and I miss, and I die. But I live with 2 HP, but it doesn't matter because he's just going to be able to Fire Punch me. And that will be the end of Rotom Wash. So Rotom Wash, you did nothing. You did nothing. But, I have my Mega Gardevoir. And I'm gonna trace the Sandstream because Sandstream is so obviously I need to trace that Sandstream. So I'm gonna Mega Evolve, get all emo like, and with emo comes great focus. Can I take this +1 crunch? Can I take this +1 crunch? Can I take this +1 on 13 HP? Can I hit the focus button? I hit the focus button. Narrow 1-0 victory. Narrow 1-0 victory. In my favor. Rate, comment, sub, and I will see you all next Wi-Fi battle. Bye.